Ariha from above, an ordinary Syrian town trying to exist in extraordinary times. For months, Ariha's CCTV has been a silent witness to life here. Kids playing on a rooftop, narrowly escaping 4 missiles. A motorcyclist's commute during the same attack. Yet another example of civilians being targeted by Syrian and Russian airstrikes, which Channel 4 News has been investigating for the past year. 8 miles from Idlib City, the provincial capital, Ariha is one of a handful of towns standing between Syria's President Assad and the opposition he wants to crush. Hospitals are a vital lifeline for those trying to survive indiscriminate airstrikes. Filmed over 6 months, these are normal scenes at Ariha Central Hospital. But another group of children hasn't been so lucky. The makeshift emergency department has already run out of beds. As the months roll on, the patients keep coming. But on the 29th of January, this hospital was destroyed. It's the night of the attack, and spotters on the ground record what appears to be the voice of a Russian pilot. The CCTV shows the time in Turkey, but in Syria it's 10:26. Previous investigations have shown the term working is used by Russian pilots in Syria when they attack a target. The building next to the hospital is hit. Russia denies it was involved.
هاي هون المشفى. هاي سيارة المشفى. يلا يلا.
If this hospital was deliberately targeted, it's a war crime. 6 minutes later, another strike. But it's not over. Spotters warn the jet is coming back.
حرب فوقنا ادخل على البناء ادخل على البناء.
3 strikes in 12 minutes, immediately around the hospital. The attack is over, but rescuers don't know that. The scene is apocalyptic. Earlier in the day, a drone was spotted above the hospital, so most of the patients have already been evacuated. The remaining doctors in emergency cases have taken refuge in the hospital's basement. And we've been told shortly before the attack, some rebel soldiers were brought here for treatment. The strike has injured over 50 people and killed at least 10. Dr. Zakwan, the hospital director, had gone outside after the first strike to help. But during the second attack, falling rubble had hit him in the head. He dies the next day from his wounds. Outside, amid the maelstrom of shattered concrete and twisted metal, an elderly man emerges from a building next door. He can barely speak.
هاي البناية في علقانين من الطرف الثاني.
As rescuers attempt to put out the fires, one notices the flicker of a cigarette lighter from deep under the rubble. A young girl is trapped. In what was her family's apartment. Hand cutters and drills make for agonizingly slow work against the building. One small mistake could bring the whole ruin down.
أمك كانت على اليمين ولا على اليسار؟ على يسارك كانت؟
With rescuers working above them, this boy is the only one small enough to get close to comfort her. After 5 long hours and barely conscious, she's finally released.
يلا شباب يلا شوي شوي كل واحد من ايد يا الله حسبنا معلش حطه يلا
She survived, but it's hard to see how. Between the girl and her rescuers were 4 stories of this building. An apartment block, people's kitchens. Rescuers say 6 women and children were trapped inside. Only 2 came out alive. The girl's mother was among the 4 who died. 3 areas immediately around the hospital have been decimated. The hospital itself avoids a direct hit, but it won't be treating patients anymore.
نحن كنا ضمن قسم الإسعاف، كان مرضى في الإسعاف، تم الاستدعاء، أول استدعاء، قسم الإسعاف وعامة المشفى، والمشفى حاليا خارج عن التدريب.
This is the room where the children we saw earlier were treated. It's the morning after the attack, and the rescue operation is still underway. By now, only the dead are still to be recovered. Among them, this small child. The boy's relative is taking him to his family to be buried. This is the human cost of this war. Ariha Hospital, just one of over 500 medical facilities attacked by Syria and its allies. This case adds to the damning dossier of evidence investigated by this program. Deliberately targeting hospitals is a war crime. Denying people access to essential healthcare is a violation of international humanitarian law. But with the world sitting on the sidelines, that's small comfort in Syria.
Well, earlier I spoke to Raad Al-Saleh, the head of the White Helmets, the rescuers you saw in that film. He's in London today to meet the Foreign Office Minister James Cleverly. So I began by asking him about the terrible impact on civilians of the bombardments we've just shown in that report.
الأرقام هي لم تعد أصلاً يحتمل العقل الأرقام التي تخرج عن حجم المعاناة الإنسانية. لا يمكن أن نصف أو أن نجد المصطلحات التي تعبر عن حجم الكارثة الإنسانية في إدلب.
Why do you think it is that the international community hasn't responded? You know, after nearly 10 years of war, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands died, millions more displaced. Why is it that you haven't had the response that you've been asking for?
الحقيقة يعني أعتقد فشل المجتمع الدولي هو فشل للدول الأساسية في العالم. يعني أنا دعني أقول في 2013 لو كان هناك تحرك جدي في سوريا لما شاهدنا أعداد النازحين الآن ولا ما تكلمنا الآن عن الأزمة الإنسانية في إدلب. لو نجحت في تلك الوقت الحكومات الأمريكية والبريطانية والفرنسية باتخاذ موقف حازم من استخدام الأسلحة الكيميائية ضد المدنيين لما تحدثنا الآن عن أعداد كبيرة من النازحين ولا عن المستشفيات التي دمرت ولا عن الأطفال التي تموت الآن من البرد.
So last week, when the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights called for the creation of humanitarian corridors in northwestern Syria, do you welcome that offer or do you think it's just so many years too late?
جميع الحلول التي قدمتها الأمم المتحدة في سوريا إلى الآن هي غير مجدية وهي كانت تساهم بارتكاب جرائم حرب منها التهجير القسري من الغوطة الشرقية ودرعا وحمص وحلب واليوم ممرات إنسانية إلى أين؟ لم يعن أمام السوريين إلا تركيا.
There are those, though, that say that the rebels should surrender, don't prolong the agony. What do you say to that?
المشكلة هي ليست في المقاتلين وإنما مقاتلين من الجيش الحر وإنما المشكلة هي في النظام الذي لم يعد جزء كبير من الشعب السوري اليوم لا يرغب في العيش تحت مظلة هذا النظام لأنه ارتكب كل أنواع الجرائم ضد شعبه استخدم كل أنواع الأسلحة المحرمة دوليا ضد شعبه وأعتقد هذا النظام هو مكانه محكمة الجنايات الدولية في لاهاي.
You've talked about your role, the White Helmets' role. In order to operate in this area of Syria, you have to liaise with jihadi groups on the ground. Your opponents have therefore said that they've tried to suggest you're in cahoots with them. What do you say to that?
في كل المناطق التي يوجد بها أزمات إنسانية يوجد هناك سلطات أمر واقع ومن واجب المنظمات الإنسانية أن تخدم المدنيين الذين هم بحاجة. فأيضا الصليب الأحمر الدولي والهلال الأحمر الدولي كانت توزع لقاحات في مناطق التي تسيطر عليها داعش في الرقة وغيرها في سوريا. هل نقول أنهم كانوا يتعاملون مع داعش؟ لا، ولكن هذا جزء من عملهم. يجب أن يكون هناك مفاوضات مع سلطات الأمر الواقع في تلك المناطق لكي يتم تقديم الخدمات للمدنيين الذين هم بأمس الحاجة لها في تلك المنطقة.
When this is over, I know you dispute the idea that it might be nearing the end game, but when things do draw to a close, what is the future for you personally? What is the future for the White Helmets?
حقيقة يعني لا يمكن أحد اليوم أن يتنبأ بالمستقبل. المستقبل لا شك لا نعلم ما هو كيف ستخرج المستقبل، لكن أنا ما أؤكده بأن الخوذ البيضاء ستبقى تعمل في سوريا وستبقى تقدم خدماتها للمدنيين ما دام هناك شبر أرض واحدة قادرة على أن تعمل عليه داخل سوريا.
Raad Al-Saleh, thank you very much for joining us.